Hi, I'm Kurt from Sunnyside, and this is a video on how to stop squeaking or creaking in polycarbonate roofing. There are a few causes of noisy polycarbonate roofing. The first and the most common one is when the sheets expand and contract when they heat up or cool down. Now, polycarbonate sheets actually move a lot more than what you think they may do. If they're on a timber frame, when they expand, they creep across the timber purlins, and the polycarbonate roofing can get stuck on top of the timber purlins. So in a situation like this, it's the corrugations that are slowly moving, expanding and contracting, and they make a sort of a squeaking noise or a tick 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 noise. You'll hear this most when the sheets are heating up in the morning and then cooling down at night, and it can be quite annoying, especially when you're trying to go to sleep and you're hearing this tick 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 noise outside. A solution to this is to use our noise stop tape and put it along the purlins first before installing the polycarbonate roofing. And what this does is it provides a slippery surface for the sheets to run across when they're moving slightly so they don't get caught on the timber. And it's a foam, comes in a roll, and it's adhesive on one side so you can lay that down on the purlins first. So that goes in between the sheet and the purlin, and then you screw through it when you fasten the sheets down. If you've already installed the sheets, the noise stop tape can be pretty difficult to put in retrospectively, so you can also use just strips of plastic or anything slippery really that you can slide in between the sheets and the purlins. You basically want to be just creating some sort of slippery surface in between the sheets and the purlins so it doesn't get that noise. Another cause may be that the screws are actually too tight on the sheet. So you want the screws just down enough so that the washer, the dome washer, curves over the corrugation and is going to provide a seal, but not so much that it's actually squashing the sheet down and causing it to be compressed against the timber purlin. If your screws are too tight and you can see that it's compressing the sheets, you may need to just go along and loosen them off a bit. Similar to this, you may not have an expansion hole for the screw. If there's no expansion hole, then the sheet will be pushing up against the screw as it's expanding and contracting, and this can lead to the sheet actually buckling on top of the roof, or it can lead to cracks forming around the hole. So you need to make sure that you've got an expansion hole there. All the screws that we supply for profiled polycarbonate roofing have an expansion hole cutter, and you'll see that just sitting there on the screw shaft, so that cuts a hole as it goes through the polycarbonate roofing. If you've got screws that don't have that expansion hole cutter, then you'll just need to pre-drill it with a 10 or 12 mil drill bit first and then put the screw through. So if you've already installed some roofing and it doesn't have an expansion hole, you'll need to take all the screws out, drill an expansion hole and then put the screws back in. Another reason for noise is that the sheets may be butted up hard against something, either another structure or a fascia or the side of a house. And this could be on any or all three of the sides, so top side or the two sides. If this is the case, then when the sheets expand and contract, they'll be rubbing against that structure and it can make a popping or a scraping sound as it tries to move. So if this is the case, you'll need to make sure there's a gap between the polycarbonate roofing and any other structure. If there's a gap there and you want to waterproof that, you'll need to use some sort of flashing. Now the last common cause is when there's not enough support for the sheets. So for corrugated sheets, we recommend purlins no more than 800 or 900 mils apart. If they're further apart, what'll happen is the sheet will actually sag in the middle, and then that'll be stressing on the screws, causing some noise, but also where the sheets overlap in the middle, they'll sort of be resting on each other, and that'll cause all sorts of popping, squeaking and cracking noises. So if this is the case where you don't have enough support, you'll need to put some more purlins in at no more than 800 or 900 apart, and that'll fix that issue. If this video has been helpful, please give it a like. And if you want more DIY tips from Sunnyside, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.